J.
Welcome to the Average Joe Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Jay Real, bringing you a Friday edition to the Average Joe Sports Talk Show. What we're going to really touch base on is the NFL. So getting started, we're going to go ahead and just start with a more serious topic, and that is the Aaron Hernandez case is taking a little twist there. His cousin, she has been charged with contempt of court for not willing to testify against her own family. Now, this is a tough subject right here, folks. Would you yourself be able to testify against a cousin, brother, sister, mother, father, aunt, uncle, grandfather, grandmother? That is a very tricky question. So this young lady, a cousin of Aaron Hernandez, is sitting in jail right now as of August 1st because she is refusing to testify against her cousin. That's some blood right there, folks. That's family right there. So, me personally, I think it would be very difficult to put a family member in jail with your own words, your own testimony. So maybe that's why she knows something, and she's like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to get my cousin, my family, my blood in more trouble. So right now she's sitting in jail. The judge can keep her in jail until she is willing to testify. So that's a hard road right there, folks, but it's an interesting road. So that's what's going on with Aaron Hernandez. They are trying to track down this weapon, and they're trying to find it in his possession, whether it be at one of his homes or one of his properties. They are searching high and low for this gun. Now, moving on from the Aaron Hernandez case, just going right into the NFL, preseason started last night. Now, folks, this is no indication at all about what's going to happen in the regular season. You have players that aren't even in the lineup. They're not even playing their starters. So there's no way to judge a team off of preseason. All you really can do is if you are a naturalist, if you are a true fan of football, you might be able to look at some of these second, third, and possibly even fourth-string players and look at it and appreciate the craft, appreciate the sport as just a naturalist in loving football. That's about all you really can get out of it. You might learn and find some people that you didn't know who their names were before are starting to stand out or can stand out in these preseason games. It's just interesting. A true fan of football loves football. So anyway, don't get ahead of yourself on the preseason. Just enjoy the games, take it for what they are, and don't run with the crazy thoughts that, because this team went 3-0 in preseason, they're going to go 16-0 in the season. It's not going to work like that. And then also, in funnier news, Tony Gonzalez is not going to report to his team until after camp, till after, it's just kind of funny. It reminds me of that whole situation with the Green Bay Packers and Vikings with Brett Favre. So he's going to show up when they need him to show up. This is supposed to be his final year. So we cannot blame the guy for saying, hey, I'm not going to be in there with the rookies. I'm not going to be in there with those young bucks banging it out, going through the puking and the dry heaves of the heat of the day, three-a-day practices. Why would he? It's his last year. The guy knows what to do. The guy will come prepared, and the guy will know the playbook. So why have him go through the vigorous of all these camps and preseason and things like that? So it's just an interesting, funny note we wanted to share with you all. And then moving on from there, we have to say this whole deal with the NCAA and Johnny Manziel it's really disturbing. And we actually, if you can recall, or if you are interested in going back to, I believe it was the third, fourth, or fifth show of the season, or of the show, excuse me. We sat down and had an interview with the mayor of Ruidoso, and he is actually an ex-Rutgers coach for football. And so we asked him what he felt about the NCAA, and he gave us his little take on his little cut on it. And here we are again, months later, dealing with the same stuff. And you can't blame anyone else but the NCAA because, man, these guys are corrupt. These guys are hypocrites. These guys don't know their ass from their elbow, and it's easy to see why. They're going to suspend players. Come on, they went after Reggie Bush like he was Osama bin Laden, trying to get his records just diminished from all record books. They took his statues, any images, any stats from the record books, from the school. It was just retarded and ridiculous how many people from the NCAA were going after Reggie Bush for supposedly taking some money. Now, let's just break it down. As of yesterday, the NCAA website had Johnny Manziel's jersey for sale. Now, they didn't have his last name. They had football. And as we all know, Johnny Manziel's nickname or trade name is Johnny Football. They're making money off these kids. They're making money off these players, and they expect them not to get a penny. Man, that's just... People want to talk about disgusting. People want to talk about just totally embarrassing, because we just got off of the whole Riley Cooper situation where we were talking about disgusting words, and that's not disgusting to us. What's disgusting is seeing the NCAA people, associates, vice presidents, council, president making billions. That's right, billions, not millions, billions of dollars off these kids, and they don't want them to make a penny in return. That to me is disgusting. That to me is a sham, and that to me is totally not cool. So now let's just break this down. Not only were they doing that, but they went back on record and went to a coach that was from Penn State, the coach from Penn State, and Joe Paterno, and they took away 150-something games off their record, just demolished the record books, which I still, in this time and age, cannot understand how can you think for 1 second that you could just go back and just wipe away records, wipe away Heisman Trophy winners, wipe away touchdown scores and yards per carry. And how do you think, NCAA, that you have the right to try to erase history? I know it. I know who the Heisman Trophy winner is in 2004. I know who it is. I know his name. I know what he looks like. Just because you say, hey, give us the trophy back because you took money off the field issues, had nothing to do with Reggie Bush's on the field presence and what he did on the field. They're expecting us to just say, okay, because the NCAA says Reggie Bush is no longer the Heisman Trophy winner, then he's not. That's retarded. That's about as stupid as the record people going for the Tour de France and trying to take all those championships away from our boy Lance Armstrong and just assuming that we're going to go, oh, he didn't win 8 Tour de France's because this record company or this cycling people say that he didn't win those races. Yes, he did. He won those races. He might have been cheating, but guess what? So was everybody else. So he was the best of all the cheaters. So let's get real, folks. People cannot expect you to erase your memory and take away history. That's what they want to do. The NCAA is so crooked and so crazy that they expect us to believe that just because they say, hey, he's no longer this or they're no longer that, then we're just going to go, okay, we just erase it from our memory. That is so unfathomable, unbelievable, but that's what they want us to believe. So the NCAA is coming down on Johnny Football for taking some money for signing his freaking autograph, but yet they'll put his jersey in the freaking website and make millions of dollars off this kid. Folks, this is about time where we need to stand up as fans and say, you know what, we've had enough. We've had enough of the NCAA. We've had enough of all these people trying to dictate to us what we want to see, what records they're going to put and publish in factual writing. It's just enough. I think as fans we got to stand up for some of our athletes, and that's why personally I know a lot of people are on the fence with A-Rod, but just because Major League Baseball is going after A-Rod, it's a witch hunt, folks. A-Rod is a first-time offender. Now, is it proven that he has done steroids possibly more times than once or twice? Absolutely, but it's not been proven in the factual realm. So it's a one-time offender situation. Major League Baseball has an outline of rules. First-time offenders, it's a 50-game suspension. Why did everybody else get 50 games, A-Rod 155? See, folks, there's too many higher-ups that are in these sports, and they're dictating to us and trying to get us to believe that what their way is the right way. And it's just bullcrap, folks. It's time, like I said a little bit ago, for us to stand up and say, you know what, Johnny Manziel, so what? You made $7,500 signing autographs. That's your name. That's your money. That's your right to be a marketer for yourself, marketing your own brand, because guess what? These other people are. The school is, the NCAA is, everybody is making money, so why can't these kids? Now, not all kids are making money, folks. You know, not every kid on the football team is a Johnny Football. Not every kid on the football team, you know, is that name that they're going to buy their jerseys. So the ones that are making the money for the schools should make a little money for themselves. That's the way we feel anyway. So we went away from the NFL, but we're going to come back real quick in our wrap-up because today's show, we just wanted to just hit on the NFL real quick. And we got into the A-Rod situation. We let you know how we feel about that. But the NFL, folks, is going to really be interesting this season because we have so many players going down with huge injuries. And one of the ones that just came up was Plexico Burress for our Pittsburgh Steelers, my team, the nation's team. He ended up tearing his rotator cuff. So this is Plexico Burress' possible last season, and it's going to go down as an injury or an AR season. So it's sad to say that, but we all know Plexico Burress from 2008, where he got injured from shooting himself in the leg. And so with that, he had spent 2 years in prison, and now he is back with a full training camp, a full off-season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was ready to go, fired up, and he tears his rotator cuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out for him. And if he does say, okay, well, I was injured this whole season, so I'll come back and play a full season. It's kind of up to him, but the man is 36 years old, so it's going to be hard to see him coming back from an injury like that and playing football. And then also you can just go down the line, folks. I mean, we got tears, muscle tears, you know, ACL strains and tears. I mean, all kinds of stuff going on. But we're going to wrap up with fantasy football. It starts the end of August for our league. If you're interested in getting involved, just drop us a line. You can get a hold of us through the Player Zone. That's right, you can go to Player Zone Facebook, or you can go to RioDosoMidtown.com, click on Player Zone on the entertainment portion, and you can just leave us a message right through there, or you can go direct to Average Joe Sports Talk Show and hit us up on our own Facebook and let us know. We have 4 available spots for fantasy football. But besides that, we're just going to wish you all a great weekend. We're sorry the show was so short. We know you really love those long and just jump on my soapbox shows, but this time we just had a few topics to hit. We hit them. So peace and much love. Jay Real says see you on Tuesday's show. Be sure to catch it. Jay Real. Jay Real.